fishing nothing, everybody's kind of lax. And you can be that way. You're just doing your routine job. You don't have to work, and you're not going to tire yourself out. It's just repetition.
After 2 hours of fishing, spirits are pretty low. This business of hauling in the gear has taken on a mundane rhythm. About to unsnap one more hook, Jack realizes there is a swordfish on the line, and it's fairly sizable and alive. Now, after so many hours, this is a cause for celebration. Live swordfish is top shelf as far as quality. Careful to protect the flesh, Jack gaffs the fish in the place of softest penetration, the eye. Keith maneuvers the boat to ease the fish on board. The fish is placed on a piece of carpet to prevent bruises. It's at least a 50-pounder. Jack quickly removes the sword and head, then the gills, making every effort to maintain the value of the fish. Next, a yellowfin tuna. Luck seems to be turning around. Yellowfin tuna is a popular species on the domestic as well as foreign market. Next online is a mako shark. Extreme care must be taken in bringing this fish in. They are known for being vicious fighters to the bitter end, struggling and writhing even after the head has been removed. Hauling back the gear continues, but there is a definite upswing in mood from earlier in the day. With several more hours of work on this set left, fishing is looking good. In spite of all the efforts involved, some sets can be a total washout. Another escolar. But this is followed by a big-eyed tuna. Now, big eye are what some people in the long lining trade call a day saver. One reason for this is the money these fish command, depending upon the quality of the fish. On the average, big eye run from 50 to 60 pounds. This one looks like 100 pounds. At this point, to maintain the grade, much depends on the handling and how quickly it is put on ice. The head is removed immediately. A piece of monofilament is placed down the spinal column to remove heat, preventing the fish from burning its own fat. The fish is cleaned out thoroughly and poked behind the pectoral fin to bleed. It is essential that these fish be cooled off as soon as possible. As Keith lowers the boom winch down the hold, great pains must also be taken not to bruise the fish. Jack gently places the fish in the brine tank for cooling and scoops layers of ice on top. This is freshwater ice, produced aboard the Carinelle. Unlike saltwater ice, freshwater keeps the fish cold, not frozen. Fishing ends for the day around 2 p.m. After dinner, the gear will be set again, based upon information gathered from the first set. Throughout the rest of the trip, plans for subsequent sets will be made and new strategies developed after each haul. Much of this will be determined by notating water temperatures and bearings whenever a fish is caught.
almost every guy I ever worked with, working hard didn't bother him too much if he likes fishing and he's not just out there to make money. I think it's a big part of it to like the fishing before the money. Because, you know, fishing's always been hit or miss. And when you're catching a lot of fish, you feel great. And you're pulling them in all day long, and you're working like crazy, but it doesn't bother you.
Two weeks later, returning to Viking Village dock at Barnegat Light, the crew packs out 7,000 pounds of fish. Buyers are on hand to weigh and inspect the fish. The main buyer for a Japanese export company grades the tunas for fat content and overall quality. First, a tube is inserted near the throat and a core sample is extracted. Then a slice of meat is sliced from the tail. The color of the flesh reveals how the fish was handled and if it was properly bled. This time of year, in September, the fat content should be high. The fish is given a grade from 1 to 4. A number 1 at this time brings $5 a pound. Occasionally, there is what is called a super fish, which brings $7 a pound. Paper is placed on top to prevent the skin from drying out, and the fish is placed in a crate. It will immediately be flown off to Japan, reaching the marketplace by the following day. Big Eye tuna is one of the United States' biggest seafood exports to Japan. In terms of our current balance of trade, this is a significant measure of the importance of New Jersey's waters. The Japanese have a highly sophisticated appreciation for seafood and are willing to pay top dollar for it. Big Eye tuna commands over $21 a pound on the wholesale market in Tokyo. But as prices for domestic fish indicate, particularly for mako, shark, and swordfish, American demand is rapidly growing. Health-conscious consumers are prolonging their life expectancies and refining their taste buds. As for the crew of the Carinel, this 2-week catch of tuna, mako, shark, and swordfish will bring an average of $3 to $4 per pound. The captain and crew will be paid a percentage of this respectable haul, and certainly money is an incentive for long-lining fishermen off New Jersey's coast. But as Keith Larson and his crew exemplify, the quality of their product reflects the pride they take in their work.